And we're live. It's recording. What's up, everybody? 276. We're loading up. Let's see if we can break our number. What was it last time, Andos? 500?
Yeah,
505?
510, I think. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, let's break some numbers. Let's have some conversations. Let's uh let's get into things. Hopefully our surprise guest shows up. Um if not, no big deal. The team will push through with the updates that we have. Um, and I'll kick it off. I'll kick it off again. Let me find my channel that I shared all my information with. So my updates for today. Obviously, we want to talk about energy and what's going on with that. Um, from what I've had in discussions with Cut, energy. Something we learned today. I learned today was how will it become deflationary, right? And that was a big question. And what other utilities will energy have? Well, deflationary. What's going to happen is as we proceed, the treasury will do buybacks of energy, and then those tokens that it buys back will be burned. So that's how the token itself will become deflationary. Oh, oh! I guess we gotta hold on. I got the guest trying to come up, and where is he? Hold on. Why he should be
Can't
able?
he just come up?
He should, but sometimes it's a pain to find. Uh, I should just be able to move to speaker. Um, invite, move to. Oh no, he's up here.
He's up. All right. Do you guys
Hey,
see him?
what's up, Cut? Good evening, sir. You gotta come off mute. Say hi to everybody. I know he had a. I know it's late for him, so he wanted to jump on stage, say hi real quick, um, and maybe give us maybe a version 2, maybe update. Come off mute, please. I know you guys can probably hear me typing away, but we heard the community. We know everybody wanted to hear from him and have conversations. Um, Muted. Yeah, you're muted right now, Cut. Um, he said it's kind of late for him, but he would love to join and at least give a hello and say hi to everybody. So if he can get the unmute button, that would be great. This was our guest, obviously the lead dev. So we wanted to bring him on stage. He's not really the guest. He's the man of the hour, right? So
A
definitely
man
want
that needs no introduction.
right. Absolutely. Um, but with that, until he can come off mute, or if not, I'll finish up with the energy conversation and then lead into Andos's and the community advisors helpers came up with a ton of ideas that we're shooting over to Cut as well to continue further utility of the energy token. But yes, it will be deflationary, and how we get to that will be buybacks, and then as the protocol buys it, it will burn them and send them to the burn address. So that's a cool feature. I do want to give one last warning. Please unstake from the farms and move over into the staking. Cut has told me that as soon as I notice that's a good level, I think there's still roughly $30,000 to $50,000 staked. It's no longer earning any rewards, so please unstake because that block has ended, and move over into the staking tabs. Um, please. So I just want to give that last warning. We will be closing that out, and I don't want anybody to lose funds at all. I was looking at it, and correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say I'm seeing roughly $36,000 still in total value locked. So please, guys, get your money out if you're still in the farms. Cut seems to be having some issues. Come on, Cut. um, okay, you're up here, Cut. You should
Hey
have.
guys,
There he is.
Hey,
Yes.
Cut.
How are you today?
Hello.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm golden. It's a beautiful day here in California, and family's getting ready to go to downtown Disney. So
Oh,
nobody
that's
stopped me.
fun.
Nobody stopped me. Okay. Just kidding.
It's good to join you guys today.
Yes, sir. How's it over there? Where you're
Everything
at?
good there?
All right. Did you have any kind of news for us at all you wanted to share? Maybe
Just I'm not going to be here for long. I'm very sorry about that.
that's okay.
So, I think what we have in coming up, the most important is the contract, as everyone is expecting,
Yes.
and we're gonna have that ready. I think by next week that will be ready. And the most important part of this is that I can share with you guys is that we're looking at moving the claim tax to sell tax.
Say that again. Move what?
Moving the claim tax to sell tax.
Oh, claim tax to sell tax. Ooh, that's
That's an
interesting.
interesting
But wait,
idea.
I gotta back
And
up. Did you just say? Did you?
we're
Oh,
trying to do that, and also the lottery is going to be live.
the lottery is gonna come to life.
Yeah,
But I gotta back up. Did you guys hear this? Did you just say that version 2 might be going next week?
we are trying to push that out next week.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I love teasers and dates. Let's hit it. That's all I gotta say. Let's
Like
hit
you know, like you know, I like to, like you know, I like to get close to everything before making any announcement. So
Yeah. No, that's huge news. That's
That's
so
amazing news.
yeah, because
I
everybody's
just
been
think
pushing
I
out.
should just. So that's why we're working on making everything perfect. Okay.
No, we appreciate that. We know we've been trying as the moderators. We've been trying to keep everybody calm. There's been a lot of questions
Of course, definitely, I understand that. So
yes.
that is why I decided to join today, so I can I can clear up things.
No, that's
Yeah,
perfect.
thank you. Thank you for coming in, Cut. As you can see, the general chat is going wild in our Discord. It's because you're here.
Yes, this has been something that everybody's been asking. So I do want to say thank you again for joining. I know it's late for you. We tried to find
Yeah,
this
thank you
time.
very much. I appreciate the community for the support all the time.
Absolutely, we do too. I do. Yeah, I echo that. You know, the community has been really strong. I can't thank the community helpers enough. I can't. I truly can't. They've been some of the foundation here that's been keeping us going, as well as the mods. I know Andos and Andos fights days and night to try to keep any FUD and bad actors out. But I just again want to say thank you again to the community as a whole as well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Well, that's man. All my news is going to be nothing compared to that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I hope you guys appreciated that. So for the rest of mine, like I said, last warning, Cut. Thank you for joining. I know he had to. I don't know if he was leaving, but he did say he was only going to be able to come up for a little bit. That was great. I do want to say welcome to a new moderator, Don Robert. You guys, please, when you see him, he's always been a huge help. He's also creating an education site to help with all the documents and how to teach people how to stake and unstake, how to create a generator. Rather than trying to constantly post, in different channels, we're going to create a site for it. And Don's already done it. I put it in official links. I've also made a command, exclamation point education. So if we have anything in there we need to add, we're just going to start getting Don to create it on the site, and it's awesome. We're going to then also try to implement it into the new site that Ronan and Dabs have been working on. And as I roll into that, I know we've been waiting on the new UI. We actually were hoping to have it ready for the AMA. Plain and simple, we had it. It was in test mode with the moderators. We then shared it with a couple more. Andos and Don got a hold of it. And I'm going to just blame Don. Love you, Don. I'm just kidding. He broke it. And we found an error. We found an error that we just couldn't overlook. It was not pulling his information, and we couldn't figure out why. My information was all there. It was pulling everything from the blockchain, and Ronan just couldn't figure it out. And he was like, "There's no way I'm releasing this with. If he's having an issue, there will be other issues." So Ronan is not here today, as you guys are used to, is because he's powering through it. He wants this thing done just as well as you guys do. So it was planned to try to be released right before the AMA, so we could say, "Oh, hey guys, go look," because guess what? It's live. But we want to make sure it's right.
Apart from those couple errors, I mean, we can say from testing it, it looks and feels really, really nice.
I'm looking at it right now. I wish I wish I could share it. I just don't. I can't share the site because then we'll all just break it and overload it as it's in the test mode site. So,
But it is a massive, massive upgrade. It's gonna be really. We're going from like a Toyota Corolla to like a Porsche. It's nice.
no, absolutely. So, I just wanted to I just wanted to share you guys. We're always transparent. I know we've been saying soon, 98%. The testing phase is the last 2%, and just trying to get there with everything wired up. It doesn't happen overnight. So, obviously it's working. I have it. I've been sharing in the dev chat, you guys, the dev updates chat. Please take a look at the things they're happening. We're testing the mobile features as well, making sure that we're not just looking at the desktop version. We want the mobile version to also be functional. And please understand this too. I'll say this: Ronan and Dabs were given access to help, so please keep in mind they also have real jobs to do, and so that's why Cut came up here and he had his version ready as well. But the team, we have a backup plan in case obviously ours goes wrong or something goes bad. But it was built by the community, the moderators and the support devs. So I just wanted to share that. Please just keep in mind it's not these guys aren't working full time for power only, right? They have their real jobs and have things to manage as well. So that's got to keep that stuff in mind when building stuff. And with that being said, I think that's all I got. Andos, did you want to share any other utility? I know I kind of breezed through energy as there was a lot going on. Can you share some of the stuff you were pushing for?
Yeah, so I spoke to Cut yesterday, and I did send through him a rather large list of ideas that we came up with in the advisor chat. It was a list of about 15 different potential NFT utilities. Don't want to go through all of them, but some did revolve around potential savings in taxes. If he's moving the claim tax to now a sell tax, it could still be a reduction in the sell tax over there, depending on where he moves it to. But some of them had to do with not so much. Well, there was a few there that were boosting rewards, but I'm not sure if he'll go down that road. But some that it can increase maybe staking percentages or increase your weight in voting, and just stuff like that. We sent him a big list, so he's already reviewed them, and he's reviewing them and putting them with his ideas as well. So I think that's a pretty good sign of potential NFTs coming, and maybe coming soon after V2, and possibly more than one of the utilities. So maybe multiple NFTs possibly. So it's in his hands now, but he's definitely got the list and he's reviewing it. He does like a few of the ideas.
Yeah.
So we just got to wait and see where he goes with it.
Yeah, no, I love it. Give it more utility. Let's get this thing other than just the governance token, right? Which let's think about that too, right? If you guys see what's going on in the space, a lot of other protocols are utilizing this. I want to say, so we are working on the next round of investments, and I actually included the advisors, the community helpers. And they've been throwing out ideas from the treasury. They're gathering stuff. And somebody mentioned one that Andre's new project, they're utilizing the governance tokens as well, called Solidity. Is that how you say it?
Solidly.
Solidly. Sorry. Yeah. So it's something being utilized throughout the space, and I think Cut is very much very aware of that. So this is something that we can take energy and make it more useful as well. So I wanted to just share that as we go through the next list of investments to push out as well. And that's kind of all I got. Gentlemen, do you guys have anything before we started? Man, V2, that blew me away right now.
Yeah, I'm still riding high on that, man.
I just hope we hit it, right? Dates are tough. And I know Cut and them have been working on it, so he's been quiet in the background as we've been working on the UI and keeping the Discord rolling. So good news.
I'm very interested in the lottery. I think that's going to play a big part when the V2 comes out and we get rid of that node creation cell. I think to keep that treasury flowing, I think the lottery will play a big part in that.
Agree. I'm excited. Get rid of that nasty cell pressure that node created. So all right, well, let's do this. Okay, so we got 45 minutes. for open questions as you guys come up. Let's try to keep them to one questions. Let's try to power through them and knock out as many as we can. As we can. And then
Mighty Island Boys first up.
yeah, and then as we go through, are you just answering, Andos, the AMA questions in the chat?
Yeah, I'm typing back to them now. Yeah, sorry, I'm just typing back in the chat.
No, I see that. That's good. You can either just answer them or we can answer in between bringing people up. So either one.
Yeah, I can keep typing here and answer
Right.
questions live as well.
Island Boy, isn't this his third time in a row? We count.
I think
Island
so.
Boy.
Island Boy, what's up? You went on mute.
He's from Quiet Island.
No, he's got to get that unmute button. While he tries to figure out, let's invite Mutal. Sent you another invite. It is truly a beautiful day over here.
That's nice, man.
Mutal, I sent you an invite. You got to accept it.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
There he is.
Going on, Island Boy.
Or not.
He's like, that's all I wanted to say.
I guess I jinxed him. It's third time up, and now he can't speak. That's weird. Must be having. Are you on mobile? He is. No, he's not on mobile. I can't tell if he's on mobile or not. All right, Island Boy. To keep it moving, I'm gonna move you down real quick, my friend. Mutal, I sent you an invite, and Deverslum, I sent you an invite. You guys got to accept it. Any questions you want to throw out there, Andos, that are in the Q AMA questions channel?
One moment. Gotta get back to it again now.
How does lottery reduce selling pressure?
Well, and people be using their tokens to enter the lottery instead of selling them for starters. But also it's more about replenishing the treasury. So the lottery tickets build up the pool. Then when the lottery goes, like the winners are selected, not the whole amount of the pool goes to that person. Like it's just a percentage. It could be 50%, 60%, 70%, but whatever's left over goes back to the treasury, and then the treasury money is used to do buybacks and burns, and that's relieving some of the pressure.
Yeah, basically giving it other utility other than purchasing, creating a node, and selling, right?
Yep.
That's
it.
Games, lotteries, staking, giving you more utility. Merlin, what's up? Everybody seems to be having an issue getting up here. Hopefully we can get a question out.
Hey guys, I'm not sure. Well, I mean, actually, just observing the space recently and all these new NFT nodes that have been coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one thing I'm noticing, and I'm sure you guys have as well, but there seems to be an undercutting of the price when it's listed on NFT, and then it makes the native token essentially, or the buy pressure on the native token becomes useless.
Yeah.
And some of the projects are sort of mitigating this by creating a marketplace that only allows you to buy the NFTs with their native token. Is this something that you guys have mentioned or talked about, or that is at least been made aware of?
So I'm in the same spaces. I see the same thing, and I agree wholeheartedly. The problem we don't know, right? Going into V2, as we just found out, it's next week, so that means we need to up our push into what does that mean for our NFTs here. We aren't sure if I don't think that converts us into NFT nodes. I think they're gonna be more of a side a side project like you add to or something, but we're not sure. We as the mods don't know. We haven't been given any information other than what you just heard today with that is coming this week or next week. But yes, so that means now my next push, and I'm gonna Andos as well, is what does that look like, and sharing what's going on in the space. I know you guys see me in a lot of different discords. I keep my eyes everywhere trying to learn what's going on too. Multiple other NFT projects. I see it. You're right. You create a node NFT, and then they're just sold on on the open market for so much more or so much less, and it kills the token. I see it.
Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, good information, and absolutely. Today's the day we got to start pushing and figuring it out. So I agree.
Awesome. All right, sweet. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Find out. Because and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, we're not sure what the NFTs look like from our side. I know Andos was mentioning utilizing energy to purchase them, utilizing, giving you energy another utility, or maybe it's like a 50-50 type of thing.
Yeah, I recommend it to cut. I'd like to see a 50-50. Make both tokens even. Give the utility to both tokens. Make it a 50-50 split between them both when purchasing. But that's obviously up to him and the team.
Yeah, and I'm going to share another one.
This is something I recommend.
I'm in another. I'm going to shout them out a little bit. Chronodes. They've created NFTs as a booster to when you claim, it takes a percentage off. So there's multiple things you can use these NFTs for. But what it did was create, when they sold them for $50, they created another $100,000 worth of revenue for the treasury just by selling these NFTs on the side. So different ways we can go about it. We need to figure it out. We need to find out what their plan is, and then make sure we're having some input in helping, making sure they are aware of the other space. Because I've gotten this question probably 10 times in the last couple of days. Is Cut and the dev team on other projects? They're not. They do. I'm going to share something. Cut was not aware that Thor had a merch site, and I was sharing it like, hey, can we do this? He's like, they have a Thor site, or they have a merch site? And I was like, yes. we need to get this. How can we get this to work? And I'm working with another guy to see if we can get one. So that just shows you they've got their head down. They're working on what their project is. They're not completely seeing everything that's happening in the space, and that's kind of difficult, right? For them to do, anyways. Just sharing. All right, Dev, I invited you up. You never came. Ben Mag, come on up. You guys got to accept the invite. So I sent you it, and you gotta accept to come up on stage. Man, 459 listeners, and they missed out. Well, hopefully everybody in here heard and got to see Cut. Let's see. Nobody accepting the invites today. All right, the one sent you an invite as well. There we go.
Yeah, to
Hello,
those
guys.
guys
Can you
getting
hear me?
invited, there should
What's
be
up,
a
man?
green button on the top of Discord when you get invited.
There you go. Good looking out, Dev.
Yeah, that's right. Guys, I'm still super excited about this. I mean, earlier I saw that Renegade posted about the AMA, and he said that we are going to receive some updates. And okay, I'm not gonna continue with that.
Was it a good or bad update?
No, this was I have no words, man. I mean, I've been waiting for this for a very long time, and now I'm seeing it
yes.
coming this close. I'm really super excited. I have only one question for you.
Shoot it.
Okay. I heard that buybacks will be done for energy. Does that mean they're not going to be done for power?
No, so they definitely will be. Where the conversation was strictly just around how energy is going to become deflationary. So that was just that conversation. Yes, there will be buybacks for power.
I see. I see. Okay, that's what I wanted to clarify because
Yes.
we're expecting a lot of questions about that.
Don't
Right,
worry,
thank you very much, guys.
don't worry. Andos and me and the guys have been on Cut about buybacks.
Yeah.
For the last month and a
I've
half.
seen that.
So we're not gonna let those go by. That definitely need to be done. He's very strategic and smart about how he needs to do it. Right. I do agree in a sense. We don't want to waste it and make a pump and dump, but there is times I think we still could have utilized it in the last couple weeks. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've waited for the V2 for the new UI, so that's not a problem. I'm really confident in you guys. I mean, you know what to do. So I mean, the people that are coming in the chat and just trying to spread some foot. Really, I don't get that, but
hey, it happens.
It happens exactly.
They weren't here during Rugsember when we hit the floor, you know. So I appreciate that. The one we really do. I appreciate it, and I'm glad that the AMA update did not let you down.
No, really. It was great. It was great. This is what I can say.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. This was all from me.
No problem. Thank you.
Good.
Oh, I cut him off. Sorry. I cut him off. Dev, you're not gonna come up. Ukulele, I'll send you the invite. And okay, ukulele accepted right away.
How's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm out here from Hawaii. Just wanted to say hi. I did have a question for you guys about the pure amount of superhuman or nuke nodes that are out there. Are you guys like worried about that and the sustainability because of that?
I actually I answered this in the chat a couple hours ago. The number of superhumans I don't believe is going to be a massive issue because the way we cut back the rewards in January,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of allowed for even if all nodes created were superhumans, the rate of which they send out the rewards is still going to be a sustainable number. If all of them were superhumans, I think that like even though there is half of them that are superhuman, and people do seem to worry about that, they got to see that the reward rate is very comparable to Thor's regular node. So while it's our top tier, I still consider it just be like a regular tier. So I think with the way the treasury can perform, I don't think it's going to be a big issue having a higher percentage of superhumans. But I believe there'd be the team tokenomics guy would be all over that.
Yeah,
I think they did cut the I think they cut the rewards back far enough in January that to allow for that.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's what was Cut's main message to us was that we cut the rewards so much sooner than I'm going to use, for example, Thor. That when it does start to become an issue, capping will be the conversation. I have not heard anything about capping yet, so I would hope we'd be notified first, like, hey, we're getting close. Here's our number. I have not been given that yet. I've heard different numbers thrown out, 100,000. But I have no data or information behind that. That was not thrown out by the devs either. It's just numbers people on Thor's side, and I have visibility as the moderators between, but nothing substantiated. So as of right now, it seems concerning for us, but I have not seen it come from the devs. The concern.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. Yeah, that was just one of the worries of me and a group of buddies that we've been talking about it, and I seem to be seeing that kind of common theme around everywhere. So thanks for kind of clearing that up. And yeah, it's been great. I've been here since the reward cut, so
yeah,
not too worried about that. I was just wondering what your guys' thoughts were. Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And something to think about too is, I mean, think about what Thor was paying out on their top node for the last month before they finally switched, right? We switched a month before them, and I want to say they were paying, wasn't it 2.7, 2.4 for an Odin node? And for a whole month we were paying not even half. So the sustainability, and I want to say our numbers are very close in total nodes count. So,
yeah. What is it? I think it has about 1.4%. On my head, I think it's something around that.
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way: Cut has never once voiced a single concern about sustainability. And just with Cut and his background, he's very to the point, like no BS, no fluff. If that was a concern, like he would be talking about it. And so,
but
I'm not worried about sustainability until Cut's worried about sustainability, and I don't think that's even really on his mind right now. So I think we're probably in a pretty good space.
Agree. What I will say though is we should push. We should ask. We should make sure. And Andos, I'm going to ask if you can keep pushing on your side with that.
Yep.
With the information, be like, hey, can we start having conversations about sustainability and at least get it clarity? I think.
Yeah. Because I think that's one thing. If he's not talking about it, obviously he's not seeing it as an issue. But if I'll push the point with him just to get clarity of why he still doesn't think it's an issue. There might be a very valid reason that he isn't worrying about it at all, and then I can relay it to the community.
Yeah. No, I agree. We'll do that. Good question, and thank you.
Shoots, mahalo, guys.
Mahalo. All right. I don't know why Dev. I'm gonna invite BCB up. You gotta accept it, Dev.
Hi there. Amazing project. Thank you for taking me up on stage. A quick question. Have you been thinking about the mechanism that MXA is using with the fuel tank? So when you take your rewards, your fuel tank will decrease and therefore you get less ROI. And then you can buy back.
Did you walk away? Did you guys hear him?
He cut out.
Yeah,
I
like
think he went underwater.
I thought he walked away. BCB, are you there? Were you talking about another project and how they fueled up the?
It sounds like he's talking about
there.
Nautilus, which is a P2E game coming on Phantom.
Oh,
Hi there. Do you copy me?
yes.
You reach me?
Yes.
We
All
hear
right.
you.
Okay. All right. So what I was talking about is MXC is the project that's using a protocol, and then you just get your rewards. But then when you get your rewards from your wallet, your fuel tank will decrease, and in this regard, you get less rewards. And then when the user is buying back the tokens to increase the fuel tank, he will get his fully reward back. So in this way, perhaps the power token and the utility token behind it could be more useful, and it would be less sell pressure.
Like a degrading model for the rewards.
Yeah, depending on how
Yeah.
How often you claim, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do me a favor, DM me some information so I can look into it. I'm not part of that project. I know there's a lot of different projects out there right now that are working on something where they're limiting or changing how you claim your rewards. And as you guys heard right here from Cut, that they're looking to change the claim tax to a sell tax. So that's another feature or a way of helping with sell pressure. So
that's a good way.
Yeah.
But then again, you're just copying all the other node projects. By copying, you're not authentic. In this regard, I think that Power can just looking at other not node projects in particular, but also other projects that use mechanisms to reduce sell pressure.
I think copying an idea is not always a bad thing. If another project's come up with a good idea and it's proven to work, then following along with that idea is never a bad thing. It's working. We can't be the first to initiate the idea every time, but
yeah,
noticing something that's working that we don't have and implementing is also a very important thing.
Yeah,
staying alert and following the flow.
I agree. I mean, I get his sentiment. I will say this, right? And I'm gonna use I'm gonna use the energy token. We got a lot of flack. Everybody didn't understand it. Nobody wanted to hear it and kept saying that we're just copying Thor for the longest time. And then we finally come out with energy, and everybody's like, "Well, that's stupid." But well, then you go and make something different, and nobody wants that either. So it's a balance. Definitely figuring out what works is what we need to figure out. Period. That's ultimately all we want. We want this to be around for years. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys all want this to be around for years. We don't want this to be around for days. So figuring out what works ultimately is all that matters to me.
True, and that's the reason why I was bringing this up, and that's the reason why I'm in this project. So good work. Keep up the good work, and I will send you some information about the protocol and the chart itself. Because if you look at the chart, you see less sell pressure and more sustainability. So I will send you a DM, and thank you for taking the time to answer these questions.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing it. Absolutely. Well, anything we share, Ando's Power mascot and Dabs we send it to Cut and they look into it. So thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Have a good day. All right. Huff the Puffer. I'm going to invite you. And he was moved.
Huffy the Pooper.
Oh.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I was worried about BCB. I thought he drowned there for a second. But yeah, no. I actually had a question because I think I missed the earlier part, but I think from what I gathered, you guys are gonna do buybacks on energy soon.
So what I was explaining was how energy is going to be deflationary. So it was a big question that the team had, right? Cut had put it out there, and we like, how is it going to become deflationary? So I just wanted to share what was shared with us. I asked him the same question, like, hey, we need some info. Going into the AMA, I need some info. Now that energy, the block has ended and it's no longer inflationary, how is it going to become deflationary? And so that's what I was sharing. Yes, it will be buybacks and burns on energy. That's how it's going to become deflationary.
Okay, and did Cut give a timeline on it? Because I know he likes to give a timeline and then over deliver on the time, or like in the sense that do it way faster than promised.
Are you meaning when the buybacks happen?
Yeah.
He will not give times. I will tell you this because he won't even tell us when buybacks will happen for Power. And I'm going to agree with this. And I say that because I'm in multiple projects. And what you don't want is be shared. Hey, we're gonna do buybacks, and then insider information, and they're buying, and now they're getting in before a buyback. I don't want that either. Even for myself, I wouldn't want that. Is do the buybacks into where it's healthy for the protocol, not for a couple few. So I don't want that information, to be honest with you. I don't think it'd be right to say, hey, we're going to do a buyback every Thursday. That just is, or at this price, right? At $9, we'll do buybacks. Well, then that just creates a self floor where everybody goes, okay, we know at 9, buy in because they're going to do a buyback right after,
Yeah, I think the most information we may get is obviously the address of the burn wallet, and then
when
you'll see how much has been burned, but you won't know when they're coming. That's probably about as much as we'll get.
Okay. Yeah, just real quick, I wanted to say I'm really impressed with you guys, especially Cut. I know the last AMA, the timeline on the V2 was 6 to 8 weeks, and now it's looking like it's 6 to 8 days. So that's great. And yeah, about what BCB said about the fuel tank, it's basically an alternative to having that the MXC project. The MXC project is an IoT mining project akin to Helium, but their overall sort of network is better and their miner is more expensive. But what they do is when a miner mines tokens, the tokens get stored in a tank, and if you take them out and sell them on a centralized exchange, your rewards get halved, depending on how much you take out. So that's how they keep the incentive to hold, basically.
Yeah, gotcha.
So,
interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you guys for that info. I think as we power being one of the first in the beginning in November, we definitely have to keep up with the space, and this is how, right? We obviously got to take some information, see what's happening and how the space is evolving, and we got to keep up. So taking this information and sharing is huge.
Yeah, and they also do buybacks. They have a max, like they give everyone $10 worth of tokens a day, regardless of what the token price is. So they do a lot of buybacks to make that sort of equitable distribution possible. I won't get too much into it, but it seems like something that you guys could do, given the fact that the V2 is going to launch and you're actually going to start implementing buybacks. I feel like you guys might be headed in a similar direction. Anyways, have a good day, guys.
Hey, thank you. You too.
Yep.
You.
Interesting. Very interesting. I got to look into this other project now. I got some homework to do. Americ, come on up.
Hey, what's going on, Mike? You guys can hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. First, I just wanted to say thank you guys for what you guys are doing. This is the first node project that I dipped my toes into, and so far I've been super excited about it. I actually made my first YouTube video trying to promote you guys. But anyways, I wanted to ask you, I know that right now, currently everybody uses Spooky Swap to buy the tokens. Do you guys have any plans to expand to other exchanges?
So it is on the roadmap. I don't know about other DEXs, but I know centralized exchanges is on the roadmap. That's one feature. Other DEXs, I haven't heard anything about that. Have you guys heard anything, or do you know any other ones that we could get into?
There's Spirit Swap.
Yeah. What would have to happen is we'd have to provide liquidity, which is not a huge ordeal with the size of our treasury. But then we also got to look at it is it beneficial, right? Adding the liquidity for the swaps, and is it going to be utilized? But good question, and definitely something we can ask Cut and the team if it's something we want to do. I know for a starting project, it's kind of hard. Like you said, like I said, you're moving a lot of liquidity over to in hopes that other people are going to utilize it, and then it doesn't get utilized. What happens then, right? You there? Think we,
every time, bro. Every time.
The awkward silence. I love talking. I love talking, but when you get the awkward silence, you just feel like, did my computer shut down or? But no, that's a good question, and we'll take it up. Spirit Swap. I do know that there is centralized exchanges on the roadmap. What they want to shoot for. But I can't remember if it was like Q3 or I can't remember how far down the road it was. Are you there? I saw you come off mute again. All right, I'm going to move you down. Good question, though. I hope I answered it. We definitely will take that information, and that's something we can ask other exchanges. And then I'm writing my notes down. I have to write all underneath V2 coming out next week. Like, what? I don't know how to go over. Let's get Glinch Boogoff go Booga Wolf. Glinch Booga Wolf. Come on up. I'm horrible with names, by the way, guys. I apologize if I butcher your usernames. Andos, you got any questions you want to throw up from the? I know you're over here powering through them. God, I love it. That's
yeah. No, I was just answering one just then about a cell tax potentially having an issue with exchange listings.
Yes.
I do know something to do with that, but I just wrote then that I believe Cut will be all over it. I don't know. I'm not sure what his process will be in implementing the cell tax, but I will ask him about that later on. And
yeah, it is.
Get his opinion on that.
It's true. I've seen other projects have issues getting listed, or when you have a sale tax, and a lot of the dexes don't like it, from my understanding. So basically, I think to implement a sale tax, you have to up the slippage, right, to be able to sell.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so. So not sure what angle he might be thinking of there. If he's going to definitely switch it from a claim tax to a sell tax, maybe the plan has changed to move away from an exchange. It might be something to do with the UOT, possibly. Maybe their own little
that's
separate exchange there, possibly.
Yeah.
There's so some I'll definitely have to ask him about that and confirm it.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down too. Find out about other exchanges and what impacts does sale tax.
Hello? Yeah, because I do find it interesting that he's moving it from a claim tax to a sell tax, maybe not just keeping the claim tax. And I don't know. I'll have to ask him about it. I'm curious. So
yeah, no, I agree.
I'll find out.
Good notes. We'll both we'll hit them from both sides. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, Prawns, what do you got? Welcome up to the stage.
Yeah, hi man. Yeah, I'm just confused. When does the V2 actually come out? Because someone said a week, and I'm just confused. I didn't listen properly.
So Cut came on in the beginning of the AMA, and he threw a bomb on all of us because we didn't know. But he was the guest speaker that came on and said that he's looking at next week to get V2 out. So there's no exact date.
Does V2 helps selling pressure? Because obviously when you make a node, because I think that's why the price hasn't really been going anywhere, because people keep noding at lower price, and it just keeps, you know what I mean?
Yes, no, that's been our biggest thing, right? Is getting away from these ring contracts that constantly have four to five sales. I think we got rid of one, so there's still four. The claim tax used to sell as well from you claim, and then that extra 10% was then also sold. We stopped that one, and then there's still four other sales that are happening right now.
So V2 is going to get diminished, all of them.
Yeah. From what that's the whole purpose of V2. That is the whole purpose. So
yes,
it should be.
Well, maybe you can get it out before 4's V2.
I'm with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm still in shock that he just told us a week. So what does the week look like? Is that today's Sunday? So I'm gonna say, as we talk about this as a team, okay, our goal is a week. So that's next Sunday. If it happens in between here, we've hit our date. Dates for us is tough as the mod team, as you guys can see with the UI. And if you go back into the past, hard set dates, I struggle with, because you miss it.
Yeah,
you're getting beat up. So, and it's outside of the moderator's control too, right? We're just sharing information. We're not the ones actually working on it. So I'm a little different. When I give you a date, I'm going to hit that date, even if that means I'm working through the nights. But that's me. Not everybody's capable of that. Not everybody can do that. And then you also run into bugs. For example, the UI. Ronan had it ready today. We were testing it, and again, I'm going to blame Don just because he's not here and I want to pick on him. Don broke it. Don Robert. I kid. No, we ran into a bug that just we couldn't figure it out what was going on. And Ronan was like, "This is a big deal, and there's no way I'm pushing this out with that not knowing what that issue was." So again, dates, just kind of pulling it back. Dates are tough. So right now we're gonna shoot for Sunday from what we know with Cut, and the mod team's gonna keep pushing and prodding and figuring out when exactly is V2 coming and what impacts that has.
Yeah, no, that's good news anyway.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Cheers.
Thank you. All right, we got Glinch. You're up here, and then also the one and only Grim.
Hey guys, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Hey, so just a quick question. I joined back in the winter. I guess it was when power was newer. I wasn't aware of that at the time. I joined Vapor around the same time. Um, was power was up around like the 150, 160 mark at one point. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
For a short moment.
And I know things are, kind of weird out there with the market and everything going on right now, but like I think it was hovering, in the 40s a little later. Things were going well. Is there a reason for the huge drop from like the beginning? I know like excitement with the new project and everything. Does that have to do anything with like all the other node projects that are popping up everywhere and like the limited capacity of market we have to like invest in this? Like, or did we lose some significantly large investors or anything? Or no, I'm just kind of curious.
No, absolutely, 100% transparent. We talk about December, coming out of Christmas into the new year was a very dark time for power, and I say that because what had happened, our devs we created the project. They created the project. The moderators were here to help and get information out. Our lead dev, who's the project manager who communicates on Discord, got sick with COVID. The other devs were on holidays. They're from a different country, so they were on vacation, from what I'm understanding. And there was really nobody here to help communicate as Cut fell really ill. Like I would send him messages and he would just not respond, and it was tough. And during that time where we weren't getting information as the mod team, everybody got a little nervous. Everybody got scared. Brig rugged. And it was known as Rugsember, and everybody got scared. Rightfully so, because we also were sharing as the mod team. We had no idea what was going on either, and we created a channel where we were opening up questions to our devs and not getting answers. So it was just a bad time. Cut came back, started cleaning up, and started producing again as a team, because he finally started getting better, and his other devs started coming back. And they didn't know, the whole. As people build nodes, it was, the whole cell pressure issue wasn't like well documented for the devs who created these forks. That's when they started understanding, like, oh crap, we create something, but then as people build it, it just kills the price. So that's when V2 started having conversations between Power and Thor, and what they need to do to fix it. So that true transparency there. A lot.
No, I appreciate it. I think it's really good to know, because like if you don't follow like the Discord closely or the Twitter streams closely, and you're just like an outside eye, all you see is price. So they fill it in with whatever they want to believe. So I think it's super important to kind of manage that. You guys have done a great job.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and we'll never hide that. We again, us as moderators, we're the bridge between the devs and the community, and we want this to succeed as well. The moderators became really close friends, because we had to fight off threats, as well as we don't have any control, but we were getting threats as well, as like we're horrible, we don't share information, and we had to share that, like we just don't have that information, and we're not in control. So it was a really rough time, and we pulled through though. We hit 47 cents, if I'm not mistaken, and the team came back and started producing and working on all cylinders again.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate everything.
Absolutely. Thank you for the question. Grim.
Hey guys, what's up?
I gotta introduce this guy real quick. So Grim, if you guys don't know who Grim is, he is the man, the myth, the legend. He has single-handedly helped start the community wallet, and he's also well known for all his help. Grim, welcome to the stage, my man.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for that introduction. So first of all, very good news. Very excited. So I'm probably going to be helping out more to the community wallet when I get off work today. So, besides that, I've been having a problem with, I'm sitting on just under 3 million energy tokens, and I will not let me create LP. Like Spooky Swap won't do it. Like it won't let me do it at all. I can trade, I can do everything. I've taken off my MetaMask, put everything back on. That's a pain in the ass.
I apologize for that.
yeah, it just will not. It goes. You make it. You put it in equal parts. Hit the liquidity thing. Provide liquidity. A cauldron shows up, and then it sits there. I let it sit there for 8 hours one day.
Jeez,
just churning.
So
and I can't figure it out.
Cannot create LP. I don't know if that's on our side or if it's on Spooky's side. What I'll have to do. Go ahead.
I don't know if it's on my side. That's why I redid my whole wallet.
Ugh, that is a nightmare to do, and I'm sorry. So what I can do is I'll reach out to Cut and see. I don't know, Andos, Dabs, do you guys have any insight maybe?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's on Spooky's side. You might have to refresh a lot of times on Spooky in order to get the liquidity thing to work.
I mean, I've tried it with FTM Power. I've even tried Boo and FTM. It will not allow me to provide any liquidity for anything.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Geez, let's do this. Grim, do me a favor. Open up a ticket, and then what we can do is try to get Cut and or Ghost to see if there's anything they can do on their side, if it is something to do with Power or if it's something to do with Spooky. God, I hope it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but
I mean, and I mentioned this before, and other people said I just did it, so I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe the Spooky Swap doesn't like me. I don't know.
Maybe you're banned. I don't know, Graham. What'd you do?
Oh, I don't know. I probably spouted off about something that pissed somebody off.
No. I do know. I tested the LPs. Me and Mascot did, so I know I was able to create one myself, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing 3 million energy.
Well, I'm not doing 3 million energy. I said I just like at the most I just put a little bit in. I want to,
Yeah. So were you doing it over the last couple of days? Because I will say this: the last couple of days for Phantom have been a nightmare. I got screwed on the tanking of Phantom when it came from what was it, $2 and it hit all the way down to $1.39. I couldn't sell. I could not move my Phantom. I couldn't buy. I couldn't do anything for 2 days.
Yeah, I've tried making it every single day since we started the pools.
Oh man, jeez. All right, well, I'll do me a favor, create that ticket, and then we'll see if we can at least get Cut and the devs to see if they can at least look into it.
All right, guys, and hey, everyone, please consider donating to the community rewards program. It does go for good things. So, who knows? Maybe we could actually make it large, really large one day, and be able to help out a bunch of people in Ukraine right now. So, have a good one, guys.
That's a great idea. Grim, thank you, sir. As always. Love that, man. That guy's done a lot for the community. He's always just trying to help. Nobody, don't feel pressure to do any of that, but there is a community wallet that I do manage for the community. I think we have God mode. We do have 1 superhuman, 2 humans, a flat versal, and we have one of everyone. We have 2 humans, and the last I used the rewards for was to compensate some of the helpers who have been kicking butt in the Discord, helping around. They're not paid. They're here to just strictly help, and so I used it to help them. So, like you said, using it for people in Ukraine, we could use it. Whatever, pitch the ideas, tag me in those ideas, and I'm open. They're up and running, and you can check the wallet too. It's open to everybody. So. And let's see, we're doing good on time. We got one more question. Let's invite him up. Ray 523.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, so I just had a question. I just saw recently all Power, Thor, and PX2, they all had like a recent dip. Do you know what caused that, or just curious?
That would be the Ukraine thing definitely playing into the whole market really took a nasty dip.
Yeah.
And then when you compare, you add that to the already existing issues that we've talked about, is just when you have a sort of a spooked market with a contract that kind of sells its own tokens, you see things that result in the movements like Thor and Power. But luckily, Cut was just in here. V2's right around the corner, and the market seems to be stabilizing for now. So I think those factors will start to play in, and Power and Thor have really not been super volatile. Even Thor and Power kind of been trading in the same range the last 4 or 5 days. So
Yeah, pretty resilient. I'll be
in a week
honest.
or two, I think things will continue, kind of, hopefully, fingers crossed, start to brighten up, especially as we get that V2 in here, definitely. So,
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
say this, Ray. I'll say this. What the biggest issue is, mascot already said was, the version 1 that we're sitting on, in a bad market like we're in, in a war impeding, people get scared, and in our area, instead of people selling what's happening, they're compounding, which is great, but with this stupid ring fork, that's bad for us. So that's probably, majority of our issue, other than the market as well, right? Is instead of people selling and trying to just get out at certain prices, they're compounding, which is what the protocol wants, and we all want. You obviously want to make more, but it just sells. It's creating more sales, even if you're not selling. So that's to me, that's what's driving it down.
And then I know Thor has a way to compound all your rewards into the next node. Will Power kind of have something like that instead of having to claim and then create the generator?
Thor.
we already have that.
Yeah, we can so as long as you have, well, okay, new UI coming out. We were supposed to be able to compound into any.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. Sorry, I see that. Yeah, compound tier. I didn't see that. Okay, cool. And then my last question was, since it seems like a lot of the decisions are just made by Cut and the dev team, did you ever think of like making something like a DAO where it's kind of like everyone needs to decide together before releasing something? Because right now it just seems like whenever Cut wants to release it, it happens, and that's fine since he probably knows the most. But have you thought of like a DAO structure, something like that?
Well, I think that's what's coming, right?
Okay.
There's got to be a reason for the energy making votes, and he's mentioned it in his question, in his channel, where the governance token you'll be used to make for the voting of the protocol, and its future is what it says. So I think we're heading in that direction. We don't,
Okay.
as the moderators, we don't have full vision of what V2 brings and all encompassing. But when you put the pieces together, right now we vote in Discord for investments, and the community does all of them, right? We pitch the community pitches all the ideas, we gather it, and then give it to the dev team, who then reviews it. So that's one aspect. But I think when you read his piece that says governance token and the future of the protocol, to me that's kind of what you're mentioning, right? Is we get to vote. I don't see how yet, but I think that's where it's leading.
For sure. Yeah, I've been listening to all your AMAs, so first time asking a question. And you said Cut has joined in before, right? On some of the calls, he just doesn't really speak as much.
So this was his first AMA with us. He was on an AMA with the Kryptonaires. So this is his second talking. This was the most talkative though. I was there for the AMA.
Yeah, Kryptonaires AMA was right at the launch of Power. I think Power was maybe 2 or 3 days old, so over 3 months ago.
Yeah. So today, this is his first appearance. I held a knife to him and said, "You better come." No, I'm just kidding.
He was violent. You guys don't want to see the messages.
No. I said, "Hey, Cut. We definitely, with what's going on, the UI. We truly wanted it out today, and it was very frustrating. Obviously, the community's a little upset too, and I get it. So I reached out, Cut. I really would like it if you could join us today. Come say hi. And it's late for him. I think he's 9 hours ahead of me, so it's 11 o'clock his time.
Yeah. And he wants to be here. He didn't have to hold a knife to his throat. He just said, "You want to come?" And he said, "Okay, it'll be late. I can pop in." He's very busy, right? He works a full-time job, we assume, and he's in a very different time zone than most of the moderators. And the time that he does have, he's kind of working in the back end, not just on Power, but in the U of T. I'm sure he's collaborating with the Thor devs, and so he's very busy. And so it's not that he doesn't ever want to be here. It's just that his plate is so full. So
Gotcha. Okay, and then are you guys kind of KYC to each other, or kind of like you guys know each other, or just not really, just
yes.
all?
Mascot sends me feet pics like daily, and it's kind of frustrating, and so does Dabs. No, I'm just no. We have. Like I said, we went through December, and it was a very dark time, and we had to make sure we knew each other. We're all open to each other. We talk. I talk to every single one of them daily. We're not
Gotcha.
necessarily KYC'd to each other. I want to say I do know Mascot and Dabs. Andos hasn't sent me any love letters yet, so I'm a little upset there.
I see.
We manage each other's crabs.
Oh, jeez. That doesn't
Yeah, no,
sound right.
yeah, no, I was here since December, like at the whole ring
Yep.
fiasco, and then I was actually stocking up on more power when it was like at $1 and stuff. So I'm
Beautiful.
glad where it's at for sure. But just I think yeah, I think you mentioned this too, like sustainability, because I did mention this to my dad, and he was like, these returns are like unsustainable, you know, like after in 3 months you make your ROI, and how can they keep paying you back? You know, I know that
Yep.
the treasury invests in stuff and all that, but it's just like you know, yeah.
No, absolutely. Good questions
Yeah.
and something we obviously have as well, right? As I'm not
Yeah.
a financial advisor. I'm nowhere near that, right? But putting
Mhm.
the pieces together, 1%. Let's all be honest here. 1% is a lot a day. So it's amazing. And so it's something we want to build. How do we build something that keeps this going?
Mhm.
As you guys can see in the space, if you're paying attention to what's going on, a lot of people are trying to figure this out. So it's not super easy. Creating utility, creating something that people want to be a part of, and constantly evolving, I think, are huge. Communication, making sure you're part of that, is what keeps us afloat. And then your investments. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think investments are great and are definitely needed, but I think building the protocol to sustain itself rather than simply revolve around new investors or investments that are obviously ours. A couple of ours have taken a pretty big hit over the last month, but like validator nodes and phantom nodes, our validator nodes are the same thing. Investing in those to where then we can build an ecosystem where we're able to create something bigger is what I'm looking for. How we get there, I'm not sure. I'm not the genius behind that, but that's what I'm hoping the devs are doing. That's why we invested into an Avalanche validator node. To me, that's great. We're expanding our ecosystem, and what can that do, right? Start cross, what's that called? Cross
Cross-chain?
Yeah, cross-chain communication. And what is that? What can we build with that, right? And I'm hoping that's where we're going. That's how we create more utility and keep up with the space, in my opinion.
Yeah, I saw Thor was doing like a play to earn game thing. They're
Yep.
they're saying they're gonna launch that. So I mean,
Yeah, in the
yeah,
metaverse.
yeah, maybe, I'm excited to see what you guys will come up with, because I think Thor and Powers, you guys have been here for a while and, innovating. That's why I'm still in and, thankful. But also my last question is it's probably, I'm in some other node projects, like I think there's a tavern that's launching, but they're doing it as like NFT so you could trade it. Like I've had like my old MetaMask hacked before, and I know if that happens, you're like it's all gone then, right? Like you can't transfer any of your nodes out. Like, will Power be doing something like that? Or I know you said energy has to do with NFTs in the futures, in the past DMAs. So just wondering if the current nodes will become NFTs
Yeah,
or something like
we do not know, and
that.
I
Okay.
get the frustration. I deal. Compromised wallets are probably one of the
Yeah.
worst things to deal with, and I've seen way too many of it. From the powers perspective, and I would say any protocol, you still have that potential risk. If you made them NFTs, they can then also send those NFTs. I think, as you guys saw with the OpenSea hack. So it gets into a tricky area. Obviously, we don't want to lose value. And then, as the first question that came up is, when you create NFTs as a node, the NFTs are then being sold overvalue or undervalue, undercutting the token. So it's definitely something that needs to be balanced, and I hope the dev teams are looking at it.
Okay.
So it definitely needs to be looked at. Definitely needs to be discussed. I have no visibility as to what's happening with the NFTs yet, but as we mentioned earlier, me and Andos are gonna we're gonna poke and prod and find out.
Okay.
And get a hard wallet.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
yourself
yeah,
a favor
yeah,
and get a
better.
hard wallet.
Good point. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, thank
All
you.
right. All right. Good questions today. It is 2:00. We've got 400 people in here still. I want to say thank you, everybody. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the entire community. I know we've been down through some rough roads. We're sitting at $9 roughly as a token. Please keep in mind the market. Keep in mind what's going on in the world. Obviously, we can't control everything. You guys can't control everything what's going on, but we can control what we do. Let's try to keep a positive attitude in the discords. That's all I ever ask for. We're always open to honest conversations. But just coming in and being mean or poking and trying to troll is what I don't want in the Discord. We want to keep an open space where newcomers who come in and don't see that stuff. That's what we're trying. If you really have a legitimate concern, my DMs are open. Period. You can always send me a DM if you have questions. I'm never gonna ignore you. And I think some of the mods as well are open to it. Please send them all to Andos. I'm kidding. No, but if you have a legitimate concern that you're really upset with, you can always create a ticket to where anybody in the Discord can, or anybody in the mod team can see. Again, there's different avenues. That's all I ask for is let's try to. I don't want to say, hey, happy go lucky. Let's have honest conversations, but let's not come in and just troll. That's all I ask for. You guys got anything to close out with?
I think it's pretty good. I guess just if you came in late, Cut came in and said that he's looking for V2 for next week. So that's from the horse's mouth directly. That's the kind of this week's huge news that dropped in. So
yeah,
if you missed that, look forward to that. Be on the lookout. Stay in the watchtower for the next week or two because it's inbound apparently. So that's awesome.
Andos, Dabs?
No, sorry. I'm just replying to the AMA questions in the other chat.
No, good job.
Yep.
Thank you. That I'm
Just
gonna
a shout out. Just a shout out to Ronan for carrying so hard.
Yeah, you better send him some flowers, bud. He's that guy, he got in trouble with his wife trying to push through and get it out.
Oh man, the boss came down on him.
Well, no, he's been powering through. Like I said, me and him talked this morning, and he was ready to have it out this morning. And it's like, all right, let me give it to Don and Andos to test even harder. And Don found something that just threw him in a tailspin. Right. I know. Right when that happened, Ronan was probably through his keyboard. Poor guy. So no, definitely shout out to Ronan. You guys, if you see him, he has been powering through the UI and getting it wired up, getting it ready for you guys. Gosh, it's
give
right
him
there.
some props in chat.
So, all right, guys. With that being said, thank you again. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you guys in the chat.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
See you guys.